Look at the skyline of Kuala Lumpur. Over the last decade, Malaysia has rapidly integrated its daily commerce, culture, and communication into a dense, fast-moving digital network. But until recently, the legal framework policing how people treat each other stopped right at Penal Code Section 507A. That legislation was built for a physical world, focused on analog, face-to-face criminal intimidation. This report highlights the exact problem. Digital communication bypasses those physical boundaries. Harassment moved onto messaging platforms and social media, allowing coordinated misogyny and normalized cyberbullying to thrive in a legal gray area. To close that gap, the Malaysian Parliament drafted a sweeping set of amendments. They introduced sections 507B through 507G, writing digital abuse directly into the criminal code. The state is officially stepping out of the physical realm and defining the exact architecture of online harm. The foundation sets in Section 507G. This defines harm as damage to a person's body, mind, reputation, or property, explicitly including psychological damage. That same section sets a strict definition for identity information, setting rules to prosecute anyone who weaponizes personal data. With those definitions set, Section 507B establishes the baseline. Using abusive or insulting communication with the intent to cause distress or alarm carries a penalty of up to 3 years in prison. Section 507C then closes the most common loophole used by abusers, claiming they were just joking. The court now judges whether an action was reasonably likely to cause distress, regardless of the abuser's stated intent. Undeniable intent is no longer the only metric for guilt. The law now protects the reasonable psychological safety of the victim. The amendments move up the escalation ladder to tackle the weaponization of personal data, bringing us to the reality of doxing. Section 507E makes it a crime to non-consensually publish someone's identity information to cause distress. The bill uses a specific illustration. Posting intimate photos of an ex-partner online out of revenge is punishable by up to 3 years in prison. Then there is Section 507F, focused on publishing identity information to facilitate harm from a third party. The drafter's example: if someone posts a hidden victim's location online, knowing a violent loan shark is looking for them, the poster has committed a crime. The legal system now recognizes that providing digital ammunition is as criminal as pulling the trigger. That brings us to the final tier of the new legal framework, Section 507D. This section targets abusers who relentlessly provoke a victim. It criminalizes any digital act that makes a person believe severe harm will come to them or their family members. The code outlines a maximum point of escalation. It details what happens when relentless digital provocation directly results in attempted or successful suicide. When online harassment pushes a victim to that extreme, the maximum prison sentence increases to 10 years. Section 507D draws a legally binding line between pixels on a screen and life or death consequences. While Sections 507B through 507G provide a new legal framework, enforcement is only one half of the equation. As this article shows, civil society groups and experts argue that strict legal avenues are insufficient without dismantling normalized toxic behavior. Nazreen Nizam notes here, we also need sustained public education to challenge misogyny. The criminal code is entirely reactive. It only punishes the doxer or the abuser after the harassment has occurred and the damage has been done. Lasting protection requires shifting institutional cultures. It demands bystander intervention in our digital spaces and prioritizes preventative education over reactive compliance. Malaysia now has the exact codes to prosecute cyberbullies,